name is Wong. I'm the founder of the Disability Visibility Project, which is an online community dedicated to creating, sharing, and amplifying disability stories and media. And because it's a little bit difficult for me to speak 12 minutes non-stop, my entire presentation is in a video. So let's take a look. Hi, my name is Wong, and I'm an activist, research consultant, and media maker based in San Francisco, California. As a first-time attendee and speaker at Medicine X, I thought long and hard about what I wanted to share with you all today. I wanted to focus on an issue that's rooted in the experience of disability that's personal, political, and current. Since Medicine X is about the intersections of technology and health, I'd like to examine what improving health means for people with disabilities related to advancements in human gene editing. And I like to do this by telling my own story and bringing in perspectives from other disabled people. Before delving into human gene editing, I'll start at the beginning with a little bit about myself. That's me as a baby with my grandma holding me. I'm the daughter of immigrants from Hong Kong who moved to Indiana in the 1970s. I'm the oldest in a family of 3 girls. Around the age of 1, my mom noticed I didn't crawl and I didn't lift my head up like the other babies. Soon after, I was diagnosed to have a progressive neuromuscular disability. I stopped walking around the age of 7 and steadily needed additional supports to keep me going. Technology has made a huge difference in my life. Wheelchairs, BiPAP machines, the internet have made my life what it is today. I've had the privilege of a middle to upper class upbringing and access to healthcare, education, and a strong support network. All of these things contributed to me living far longer than any doctor's prediction. Like many children with neuromuscular disabilities my age, our parents and doctors told us we would never live past a certain age. For me, that number was 30. For all the challenges I face with my body and health, ableism is far the greatest barrier in my life. If you're wondering about what I mean by ableism, I describe it as a form of oppression that systematically devalues disabled people who are considered non-normative in the way they look, behave, move, think, or their way of being in the world. And the ideas of what is considered normal constantly evolves. One example of ableism within the context of healthcare is to look at the language of disability. Speaking broadly, the focus is on a person's functional limitations, impairments, or deficits. Discussions on quality of life tend to equate well-being and health as the absence of illness and disability. Because of my apparent physical disabilities, many people, both strangers and acquaintances, presume that my life is one that's difficult and full of suffering. I am totally dependent on personal assistance for my daily activities and cannot breathe without ventilatory support. For some people, that is a undignified, unmanageable, and pitiful way of living. Some of these people would rather be dead than be in my position based on perceived loss of control, weakness, and fragility. And that's ableism. Yes, I experience pain and suffering, but that doesn't mean my life isn't rich and full. Yes, I need a lot of help. but that doesn't mean I can't make decisions for myself on how I want to live. And by the way, I'm not here to sugarcoat or gloss over the real pain and suffering people experience, disabled or not. What's problematic is when an entire population is presumed to be in need of a cure or relief from pain and suffering. Those cultural assumptions drive the way we think, organize, and deliver healthcare. This brings us to human gene editing. One key argument for the usage of human gene editing is the elimination of certain genetic conditions, that is, actual disabled people. According to the Center for Genetics and Society, human genetic modification is a direct manipulation of the genome using molecular engineering techniques. One type of modification is germline genetic modification that affects the genes in eggs, sperm, or early embryos. This means subsequent generations would also carry those changes. This summer, a team of scientists used CRISPR-Cas9, a powerful new gene editing technique, to correct a genetic defect, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and can cause death in young people. There is a lot of unbridled enthusiasm in the promise of human gene editing, while some bioethicists and scientists are cautious about its development. As a person with a congenital disability, I'm deeply concerned about human gene editing and how disabled people have been left out of conversations about it. All of us should question and engage in debates on the social and ethical implications of this technology on humanity and the future. So, what does this mean for the future of some people with disabilities? In the quest to eliminate suffering and pain, who has the power to decide which mutations warrant human gene editing while others are considered tolerable? How will society change when we lose this diversity in human variation and culture? Here are two perspectives by disabled women, Anita Cameron and Rebecca Cookley. Anita Cameron is a Black disabled lesbian who is a longtime activist with ADAPT, a disability rights organization that was instrumental in defending Medicaid this summer. In a guest blog post with the Center for Genetics and Society, Anita wrote about inequality widening if gene editing becomes available commercially. She says, even if there are positive aspects to human genetic engineering, due to the ableist and racist nature of healthcare, Black people, people of color, and people with disabilities will not reap the benefits, if there are any. Instead, they'll be more likely to suffer from the negative effects, including increased discrimination that are sure to come from this. Rebecca Cookley is the former executive director of the National Council on Disability. She's a white disabled woman who is also a second-generation disability and civil rights activist and a proud mom. In August of this year, the Washington Post published an opinion piece by Rebecca titled, "Please Don't Edit Me Out." Rebecca writes about the language surrounding human gene editing. She says, proponents of genetic engineering deliberately use vague language, such as prevention of serious diseases, leading many people with disabilities to ask, what in fact is a serious disease? Where is the line between what society perceives to be a horrible genetic mutation and someone's culture? Ableism adds to the notion that people with disabilities do not add to the fabric of society. That as lesser than science's definition of what is normal, we have nothing to contribute. That our fight for equality is not as valid as other movements is, because with the right innovation, medicine can fix us. Both Adina and Rebecca bring up serious issues that I haven't seen in debates surrounding human gene editing. One reason why I think this happens is that many people never question the desire to be better, healthier, or stronger. And as I wrap up my talk, I urge all of you in the audience, whether you're a researcher, entrepreneur, or technologist, to think about ableism and reflect on the intended and unintended consequences of your work on others, especially groups with the least privilege and choice in our society. You know, the real indignities for my life don't come from my inability to do things. They're from the low expectations, microaggressions, and social exclusion that are part of my everyday interactions. The real indignities come from the segregation and discrimination that still exists for disabled people in employment, education, and housing. I look forward to the day when I don't need to make the case that disabled lives have value. I'd rather drink coffee and watch cat videos. But we're not at that point yet, as you can tell, with the example of human gene editing. I believe there must be other ways to alleviate pain and improve the living conditions of disabled people without editing us out of existence. Until then, I'll keep talking about ableism and how for me, disability is not terribly negative, sad, or a tragic experience. As Neil Marcus, a disabled writer, actor, and artist wrote, disability is an art, an ingenious way to live. And I plan to keep on practicing this art for as long as I can. If you want to contact me, you can check out my website, disabilityvisibilityproject.com. You can email me at disabilityvisibilityproject@gmail.com or tweet me at sfdirewolf. Thanks.